Hey folks, this is Rhykker, bringing you a Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls guide to a beginner Crusader build that will get you kicking ass up through the Torment difficulties until you can farm yourself the Akkhan set that you need to get into the T6 endgame. This build is non-gear dependent, so you can use it regardless of what items you have. Plus, it's a holy build, so it'll position you nicely to take on the Condemned Crusader T6 build. This build was originally posted on Diablo Fans back in August by Tybud, but as you can see, it still holds up today. I'm able to comfortably farm Torment 4. Let's take a look at the skills. Your primary attack will be Punish Retaliate. This not only generates Wrath for us, but it triggers Hardened Senses, which increases your block chance by 15% for 5 seconds. You will ideally want to have Hardened Senses up at all times. So even if you have excess Wrath, you still want to attack with Punish once every 5 seconds just to keep up Hardened Senses. And we'll soon explain why block chance is so important. Our main attack skill will be Blessed Shield Shattering Throw. You get to do the Captain America Shield Throw. It's a pretty fun skill. The shield will split, bounce, and hit multiple targets, and its damage is buffed by your shield block chance. Now to help with that Wrath management, we have Shield Glare, Zealous Glare. On a 12-second cooldown, this will net you 9 Wrath for each enemy blinded, so you ideally want to be hitting packs of monsters with this, and that'll easily refill your Wrath. Next we have Condemn Eternal Retaliation. The cooldown on Condemn is 15 seconds, which is quite a bit. However, the cooldown is reduced by 1 second for each enemy hit by the explosion. Now it's a little difficult to time this. You have to get used to it. But basically, when you see yourself approaching a pack of enemies, light the fuse on Condemn, run in there, and then explode all over them. Next we have Heaven's Fury, Split Fury. This is great when dealing with champion packs and Rift Guardians. And with a 20-second cooldown, you'll basically be able to use it every time you encounter an elite pack. And last we have Akarat's Champion, Hasteful. The cooldown on this one is 90 seconds, so you can't use it quite as liberally as Heaven's Fury, but you definitely want to have it up for those Rift Guardian fights. It buffs your damage, your Wrath generation, and increases your attack speed. And increased attack speed with Punish will allow you to regain Wrath faster, and that'll allow you to spam a lot of Blessed Shields. As for the passives, first up we have Insurmountable, and this is another reason why we want to keep our block chance way up there. Blocking an attack generates 6 Wrath. We want to be in the thick of things. Condemn forces us to. While Blessed Shield is a ranged attack, Condemn is something that forces us into melee. And Insurmountable will take advantage of all those attacks we're blocking. Next, Holy Cause will give you a flat 10% increase to weapon damage. And whenever you deal holy damage, you'll heal for up to 1% of your total life. You will always be dealing holy damage, but you may find that the lifesteal on this is pretty negligible. Still, it's hard to say no to 10% more weapon damage. Heavenly Strength isn't as mandatory as it once was, now that it reduces your damage by 20%. So if you instead want to opt for a one-handed weapon, you should instead go with Fervor. More attack speed, lower cooldowns, so it'll really depend on what weapon you find. Just try to maximize your damage. Then lastly we have Towering Shield. That increases our Punish damage and our Blessed Shield damage by 20%, plus it reduces the cooldown of Shield Glare by almost a third. Altogether, this build synergizes really well, and if you can find yourself a Jekking board, which will make Blessed Shield ricochet to multiple additional enemies, then it becomes even more powerful. But again, even without any specific items, this is still a very powerful build. I won't give a complete breakdown on items, but if you follow these simple gearing guides, then you'll be able to maximize your damage and toughness. Just do make sure that your shield has as high a block chance as you can get. You definitely want one that rolls with additional block chance %. That wraps up this guide. Thanks for watching. Check out these other videos, and if you enjoyed this one, share it with friends, leave a comment, hit like, and subscribe to join Rhykker's Raiders.